What's up everybody? Welcome back to a new video. Today is going to be the first day that I hang some taxidermy out here in the garage. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, or if you're old, news, whatever, please hit the subscribe button, guys. Really helps me out. We're over 28,000, so thanks so much for that. But right now I've got 6 mule deer that I brought out here on my last video. I cleaned them up and now it's time to measure. This is all I have. My measuring tape somehow ended up with somebody else during the garage build. But these 6 mule deer are going up there on top. So this is gonna be a little trickier than it sounds, just because every mule deer form is different. The screw is gonna have to be different. But my overall goal, just so you guys know going into this, is that all 6 are level with their noses. You know, like nose, eyes are all about level. So they're not staggered looking. And it's hard to do that because every form is different. Every setup on the back of the mule deer form is different and at different heights. And of course their antlers are gonna reach different levels depending on the mount and the size of the antler. So I'm gonna start with the big one. It's about 114 inches to the center, so I'm gonna try to cut them into thirds. I think I'll just start by screwing one in, hanging it, stepping back, getting a good look at it and seeing where it's at and what I need to do to move it. Then we'll just move from left to right. Hopefully it turns out good. Hopefully this wall, which is going to be mule deer on the top, a big TV in the center, and then the fire bowl in the corner. Well, we hung the first one. Took some measurements, trying to get 6 straight across. It's gonna be pretty tight and it's gonna be a headache trying to get them all level, but we'll do my best. First one looks pretty good. Just gonna move on to the second one, so I've basically got to get, so 1, 2-ish, 3-ish, and then center should be empty, 4, 5, 6. So I mean, exact measurements aren't going to be where I want it, just because of the shapes of the heads, like I said. So I'm just taking rough measurements. It's going to be a lot of getting up and down the scaffolding, but it's the only way I know how it's going to be centered the way I want it, is just to look and move it as needed. So let's jump off and see this. How'd we do? Oh, see how much lower that one looks, because that one hangs at the top. Noses aren't bad, but it's got to come up, I don't know, 2 inches maybe. All right, so my brother's muzzleloader buck is gonna go in the far right corner. So this one and that one are like a pedestal wall mount. You kind of see how it gives it a little depth, little 3D look with the shoulder cut out. So they're great for hanging on pedestals and the wall as well, to where some are just flat back. So I'm gonna try to mirror this side. That one is the most like 3D dimensional form. So I'm gonna do that on the far left. This one is going to be the next one, and then this flat back is gonna go in the center, which my Dirty 30 buck is also just a flat back. So I think that's gonna look good. If you look at these from the center, their chests and their noses are pretty close. You know, everything kind of has a different angle, like I said, so they're never going to be perfect. But I think 6 across the top is going to look pretty dang good. This one's tall, so I can tell it needs to come down. Really shoots off to the side too, so how does it look? All right, take a look at the distance on the horns to the wall there. I think this one's still, because it turns sharp that way, is a little stuffed over there. So we might move it left, but honestly, the nose is right there. I think we got it right where we want it. Let's pull this scaffolding away. and show you guys what I think is gonna be the final touch for that wall anyways, the mule deer wall. So I'll stand right here in the center, give you guys a look. All right, so the center should be that TV box. Bam. What do you guys think? There's, I moved the left buck out a little bit. It seemed to be a little close to the next buck. So personally, I'm looking at spacing between the racks, which again is gonna vary based off the width of the rack and the mount. And then space between the bodies, maybe those two in the center are a little far apart. That dirty 30 might be able to come in. I'm pretty stoked with where it's at right there. So I'll probably just call it good for now. One of the other things I'll have to do over the next few days is rent a U-Haul, which I can do it in trips back and forth with the truck. But it would be so much easier if I just rent a U-Haul, take it to Mountain Ops, get the fire bowl, its pedestal, elbows deep, its pedestal, and then my big Utah rifle bowl. So I don't know where they're all gonna go, but I kind of have a guess that fire bowl is gonna go right there. Hopefully his antlers don't go too tall into that deer mount. I'll have to kind of see when I get there. The plan is the end cap of the little lounge office space will be elbows deep, which he's gonna take up a piece of real estate, which will leave basically that section for the shed wall of fame. Then once again, the work outside. It's time to go see what else we're working with, because I haven't even really counted and looked at like what exactly I have that needs to go in there. There's gotta be like, I don't know, 8 or 9 more. We've got axis deer, white-tailed deer, some European mounts, elk European mounts I'd love. We'll leave that open. So let's count them. Mule deer, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mule deer. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 whitetails, Texas whitetail, a pronghorn, and my axis buck down there. Sorry, pointing it the wrong way. So I still got to figure out a way to get a bunch on the wall. A couple things I would love to have on the wall is this guy, big 370 bull, deadhead I found. I would love to, man, there's a lot of sheds I want on the wall too. There's my New Mexico bull I want on the wall. Still a lot to do. So I'm just gonna take these out one at a time, clean them. I've been using the Velvet Antler Technologies product called Velvet Clean. I'll get out to the shop and we'll shine one of these up. Put it on my cleaning station. Just like so. In the last vlog I did showing you guys, well, it was a mixture of vlog, of hiking and everything, but I'm cleaning every single mount that comes in here. Once again with the Velvet Clean product. Guys, this stuff smells good, it cleans, it's safe to spray on the antlers, the hair, the hide, the eyes, the nose, everything. This is what you want to clean all your mounts. It's good on waterfowl. I use it on my bear rug down in my basement. Pretty much any taxidermy, this is the answer for cleaning it. And if you guys have taxidermy, you will be surprised. If you go and look how dusty it is, I promise you it's bad. If you haven't done it for a while, the mounts will start to look super dull, and you don't want that. You want to clean them. This will help with bug infestations and everything. And I have a discount code ERIC. You guys plug in the discount code ERIC at the end of checkout, you save some money. So velvetantlertechnologies.com. It's really long, you can Google search it, but I'll leave a link in the description box as well. But we're gonna shine this baby up. I don't gotta worry about anything, just get that thing nice and good. So I did this a couple months ago, but they've been in the living room literally ever since, so they got nice and dusty. So spray it all over. These antlers, if they look like a funny color, it's because they are stained. This is a buck my dad killed like 45 years ago. Long story, but over 40 years of not having them, we got them back, and my dad gifted them to me. And then I gifted him a shoulder mount using this cape came off one of my buddy's archery bucks up here on the Wasatch Front. So yeah, this is my dad's buck from like 45 years ago. He always told me stories about it growing up. I'd ask him around the campfire and stuff, tell me a hunting story, and he always told me this big 4x5 he shot that was 27 inches wide. Well, there it is. It's still in my collection today. But anyways, guys, spray the Velvet Clean on there. Wipe it down with a rag. I've also got a brush that I brush them out with. But I really like to start with the eyes, around the tear ducts. Those can get super dusty. And then from there, I just kind of wipe it down. And again, I'll take a brush to it where needed. So gives it a nice little shine, hydrates the cape. Don't want bugs. You do not want bugs on your taxidermy. So guys, think about it. You're gonna pay hundreds of dollars, anywhere from $400 to $800, I bet, for a shoulder mount on a deer, depending on the taxidermy and his prices. And why not invest in a product that will make it last longer and keep it looking nice? Yeah, kind of dusty right there on the tops. I could do a little more work without having to hold the camera, but you guys get the gist of things. Go check them out. If you guys use it, let me know in the comment box, and send me some pics on Instagram or something. Texas whitetail coming in hot. This mount is so good. This is a buck my dad shot in Texas when the Hush guys, we took our dads on a trip to Texas. Look at this beast, man. He was all scarred up, all scarred up. Their capes are just so short. You can't really hide that kind of stuff. But I'm done. It's been a long day. And I'm hungry. So all these guys will be hung another day. I'm gonna shut this down until tomorrow, guys. I will see you in the morning right here doing the same exact thing. See ya.